Hi, oh, how are you going? Welcome to another round of Grace is Righteous Reads, where the reads are always righteous. I have a very special pick a card reading for you today with BIC lighters. I have 4 very trippy and different designs for you today, so you can pick one of the 4. So are you more attracted to number 1, which has the beautiful peace and love and a very hippie-like design? The second one, which is of some elusive imagery, like a person with a ball looking like the big man. The third one is what reminds me of those elusive pictures where you've got to sort of cross your eyes to see the image inside the image. I love that. And number 4, which is of a doorway, which I thought was really, really kind of cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick the BIC for the pick a card reading. I've been wanting to do one with lighters for a while, especially for anyone suffering from addiction or in recovery, that this could be a special sort of a niche spread for you guys as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek. Yes, Red Ski does have a good sense of humour sometimes. Okay guys, so pick your BIC. 1, 2, 3, 4. Timestamps included in the description or comments down the bottom, and I'll see you as we draw the cards for the pick a BIC round. And this will cover the month of May, but whenever you read it is the right time. Oops. So guys, sit and meditate on which pile you would like for a moment. Pile 1, the hippies. Pile 2, the elusive man. Number 3, image within. Or number 4, the door. Hippie, the image, the man, sorry, the image within or the door. Hippie, man, image within, and the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go, guys. Let's hope we get some beautiful messages. So guys, I also wanted to mention I want to really make this an original reading today, so I've pulled out one of my all-time absolute divine favourite decks to do this reading. We have been graciously gifted with the presence of my beautiful copy of the Beautiful Creatures Edition 1, guys, no longer in print, has not been for many years. Edition 1 of the Beautiful Creatures by none other than J.A. Rivera, and that beautiful artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. You know, this is second to none deck. I don't pull this out for anybody, but I've been so wanting to do this reading for so long. Gotta have a good deck. Gotta have a good deck. So we'll be using this baby today. Okay, group 1 who chose the beautiful hippie lighter with the beautiful messages of peace, love, and all the beautiful 70 vibes. I do love the hippie dream. That's what the lighter's called, the hippie dream, and it is a hippie dream. Definitely psychedelic man. So beautiful creatures. Today we are going to take a deep look and see what messages we can get for you, my darlings. So without further ado, let's draw these cards for group 1, the beautiful hippie dream. I want to be a hippie and I want to get stoned on marijuana. Just saying. It does come with its own vibe, this lighter, I must admit. This BIC has got some good connections going on with it, some high vibes, some happiness, much love and peace. Wouldn't you want to be a pepper too? Here we go, guys. Let's see what we got coming in. Firstly, we have the Mage come out, card 1. The group 1, this is interesting. Let's see what else. Okay. The Empress, card 3. The Jar of Airs upside down inverted. What else? Yeah, only probably about 5 cards. We'll see how it goes. Any other messages for group 1? The Hippie Dream. Hippie Dreams. Hippie. Group 1. Okay, we have the 5 of Fires inverted come out as well. And final card, please, Spirit, for this grouping. Thank you, Spirit. We do have 2, I do believe, come. Let's have a look. Very, very funny with these cards. We have the 2 of Fires inverted as well as the 8 of Waters inverted follow that. Okay, so group 1, the Mage, the Empress, Jar of Airs inverted, 5 of Fires inverted, 2 of Fires inverted, 8 of Water. So straight off the bat, 2 major arcana, 2 fire cards. Could be a fire sign yourself. or be dealing with someone with a very strong fire placement that's very much out of themselves at the moment. Here we go. So the first card, like I said, is that beautiful mage, which is usually like the magician in typical decks. The mage talks about advising that you should start to learn how to develop your skills and put them to use in order to create whatever it is that you want. You must first learn by trial and error. And nobody becomes good at something without that trying process. You see, within you, you possess the magical skills to which you are unaware of currently. If anything, put your skills to use and really develop that craft through trial and error, through resistance of learning. So this would be the magician in the typical deck, the mage, who really is talking about learning your crafts, getting those crafts, or the bare bones that you have so far, that gift, into full workingness through trial and error, through perseverance, through developing that skill. Now, as I was just saying, that beautiful second card. That second card, as I said, was the beautiful Empress. So when we are talking, I love the artwork on this, second to none, honestly, second to none. The Empress, we are talking about the fact that this card tells you that you need to pull your creativity into action. So this would work hand in hand with the mage. So we want to make this happen. Even if you have to start from scratch and build your way up, this card also says that anything you want to create is possible. Not only does this creature denote creativity, she also denotes motherhood. Motherhood applies for both men and women here. Via motherhood, nurture someone or something that needs it. She can also represent a female figure, but it a stranger or a family member. So the Empress here, bringing something into creativity, bringing something into life, really giving it what it needs to be able to take off. Now the next card is quite a different card. This deck actually denotes some special cards as well with special meanings. So the third card was the Jar of Airs, and it was inverted. So when we look at this as a characteristic, this card, the Jar of Airs represents a person who thinks with logic before letting their ideas and thoughts clutter with nonsense. This may keep them from thinking ahead. They may also have tendencies to think nonsense and make radical assumptions regarding things that have not yet manifested. When we talk about this as a situation, however, the Jar of Airs represents a situation that you will have to think about with logic and conviction. You will have to make a judgment call and admit things that are not useful or beneficial to you anymore. So try to avoid staying stuck in the same place where you're unable to think ahead. So as good as the here and now is, think of the long term, the further afield, the longer down the line way of thinking. The next card, your fourth card, is none other than, as I said, that Five of Fires inverted. So when the Five of Fires is inverted, this card applies to two things. One, so that Five of Fires inverted really does speak about two things. One, you are not competing for things with ease by using your skill. Instead, you are competing with aggressiveness and inconsideration for others. The other point is you are not letting things get out of control. A competition has clouded, therefore, your judgment. You are letting things get out of control. You're competing with clouded judgment because you are really being very aggressive and inconsiderate. You're really fighting tooth and nail for something, but you're sort of playing the game a little bit sort of mean-spirited here. Next card, the Two of Fires inverted, speaks about the waste of potential power due to laziness, but not making an effort to make the right choices from those in front of you. Your time is running out quickly. At times, you'd rather have someone make the decisions for you. So needing to take the reins here, really needing to make the hard decisions yourself rather than deviating or leaving it up to someone else. And the final card from the Six was the Eight of Waters inverted. So when this is reversed, this card implies abandoning a commitment or something that you have started. You are wandering around in circles and have not come to a conclusion or a destination here. You may also be unable to keep up with the things in your life, feeling overrun, feeling like it's all a bit much, not feeling complete, like something that you wanted to get done is it's just not happening here. It may be just a need to have to just accept that you may have to let go of it. At the bottom of the deck, we had card 15. Card 15, which of course is the addiction, and it is reversed. Now when reversed, this card is also a good omen, and it is telling you that you are slowly becoming able to untie yourself from any addictions here. You're opened your eyes, and now you are realizing the harm that is causing you, or what it may cause you in the future, seeing things for their real truth. We will now go to group 2. Thank you so much. Group 1, the hippie dream. So group 2, the man within. This will be your reading. Let's see what's coming for group 2, the beautiful man within, that beautiful big card. Let's some shuffles up in here. Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I thought it would be a bit of tongue-in-cheek and a bit of fun. I've been wanting to do it for quite some time. So group 2, the man within. Oh, the jar of air is upright this time. The last grouping had it inverted. Okay. The sun inverted. 5 of Waters upright. The star upright. The Empress inverted. Same 2 cards as the last grouping. Let's see if we can get one more. One more for group 2, please. For the man within, the big. And we do the Nymph of Fire inverted. There's a real energy here of like strong femininity kind of thing, because we have the Empress inverted, the Nymph of Fire, femininity image, but also the Mediator at the bottom of the deck. I'll explain as we travel through. So firstly, we start off with that jar of airs. Now, this card depicts one of 2 things. It either depicts a person's characteristics or the situation. So when it depicts a person's personality, you're looking at, it's representing someone who thinks with logic before letting their ideas and thoughts clutter with nonsense. This may keep them from thinking ahead. This may also have tendencies to think nonsense and make radical assumptions regarding things that have yet to manifest. But when it represents a situation, it represents a situation that you have to think with logic and conviction. You will need to make a judgment call and admit things that are not useful or beneficial for you. Try to avoid staying stuck in the same place where you are unable to think ahead. So forward thinking, seeing beyond the here and now, and looking at the longevity of something, or how it will play out longer down the track rather than the here and now. That second card is the sun inverted. So when it's inverted, this card really does speak about that even though things have a clear and perspective clarity, you're still not seeing things clearly. The resolution to your problems is right in front of you, but you look the other way. Open your eyes to see things from a different perspective, or to see things in a new light. The answer is literally right in front of you. This card really does denote that you are overlooking something that is so apparent. You just need to open your eyes. The next card is none other than the 5 of Waters. I love the artwork on these cards, guys. So in a reading, this represents wasting precious time and obsessing over things that can't be fixed. Sorrow is taking over and preventing you from moving on. You try to reflect on the errors that you've made, but know that you can't change anything. Reveling and rethinking past mistakes will only hurt you at this point, which at times you feel entitled and inclined to feel and do. It is time to be strong and learn to let go of this and to move forward and move on. So release is definitely needed here for solace and completion. The 4th card is the Star, and I love this card because this card advises that you should not give up too easily on what you want to achieve, though. Your goals and dreams are only the beginning. Once you fulfill your dreams, then it's the finish line. If you are feeling lost and alone now, that there is someone there that is guiding you. It may be an actual person or a divine spirit or angel in the midst. When the stars manifest in the heavens, it is a reminder that you are not alone here, and that your wishes, goals, dreams are ready to come true, but only if you find the inspiration to make it happen. So it's meeting the divine halfway, having the idea letting the divine give you the motivation while you bring it into fruition. The Empress inverted is card 5. So when reversed, this card advises that you have several creative ventures, but you are being too lazy to really create anything. People, situations, and you need nurturing, but you would rather nurture and cater for things that are relevant in life at this present time. So really thinking about what's important, really putting the energy into what is needed where it's needed. And the final card, as I said, was the Nymph of Fire inverted. This card denotes two things: a person's personality type, an archetype, or a situation. So when it's talking about a person, it's denoting a person who is radiant, feisty, quirky, and has a spark for life. Their persona and attitude burns anything and everything like a wildfire, igniting it with strife and energy. The Nymph of Fire may also be a person who lets people down. They have the capacity to extinguish your inspiration as well as to inspire. But when it's talking about a situation, the Nymph of Fire represents a situation where you want to live your life and moments as if they were your last, taking risks without fear, and one that is precious. It's better to have tried and than not to have tried at all. But avoid people and situations that bring your self-esteem down, or who doubt your abilities to achieve or oversee problems that are hindering you. Pointing out the obvious, putting you down, making you feel that things aren't possible here, group 2. But really having a lot of ventures, really needing to hone in creativity and use it more in a direct attitude. Okay, group 2, thank you. We'll move to group 3. Sorry, guys, I forgot one more message, didn't I? Of course, because I always do. I did, of course, say at the bottom of the deck, we did have that mediator energy as well, which we were doing. So this does speak about the underlying energy, and it advises that you should start moderating your life now. Moderate all that's around you. Learn how to live with things that annoy you, and yes, with people who annoy you as well. Of all things, learn how not to give up into temptation. Keep away from all harmful things, and do not invite or attract negative energies around you. Allow yourself to live in perfect peace and harmony. The way to balance issues in your life is to be silent, observe your surroundings, and be aware of all that's around you, and react properly to the unexpected surprises. So controlling the situation as well here, and really bringing things in the right way. Thank you, group 2. Okay, group 3, who picked the Image Within. This will be your reading. So let's see what's happening for group 3. Sorry about all the banter and background. It's the weekend here. It's the end of school holidays, and it is a long weekend as we are celebrating Anzac Day for all the beautiful fallen soldiers. So to the army and all the Anzacs, we remember you lest we forget. We never forget. So group 3, the Image Within. Let's see what's messages of images we can get for you today. So group 3, let's see what's coming in. Alright, straight off the bat we have number 10, the Explorer inverted. We have the 3 of Waters. We have the Fish of Waters. Oh, beautiful cards. I love these cards. The group 3, the Image Within. The Image Within an Image. The Elusive Image, number 3. We have the Twin of Airs inverted. The Nymph of Earth. And the 6 of Fires, also inverted. At the bottom of the deck, we have number 11, the Equilibrium. It is, of course, inverted as the underlying energy for the reading. Alright, so let's begin. And I'm so sorry about that background bullshit. Okay, so the first card is number 0, the Explorer. It is inverted. So when reversed, this card tells you that you are not looking closely enough at where it is you are venturing, and that you are not being careful with what it is you are exploring. You're conducting your actions and behavior in a foolish and naive manner. So to be very careful about what it is that you're doing at the moment, and if you're doing it or going about things in the right manner. The next card is none other than the 3 of Waters. The 3 of Waters is talking about, it's representing the closeness between friends. When possible, you celebrate all sorts of events and special occasions with treasured companions to the maximum. You're surrounded by people who give you joy and with whom you feel comfortable. Life is a celebration, and you love to entertain, and you will be you will inspire friends with everyone you encounter. Unhappy and depressed situations are now becoming a thing of the past. So really bringing in the good feeling of, good connections, good outcomes, good times being around people that you really do feel somewhat aligned with or understanding with. So that's a wonderful thing as well. We then move to the Fish of Waters. Now, like I was saying before with this card, it denotes a person's personality or a situation. So when it talks about a person, it represents a person who is compassionate towards living things. They tend to feel what others people are going through and can reason with them. The fish of water may also be unrealistic and fantasistic about things that are impossible to reach. But when it talks about a situation, it represents where you will have to learn to have or be compassionate and to understand people around you. Doing this will help you to open your feelings towards all living things, avoid being unrealistic, and put your feet firmly planted on the ground. The next card, we did have the Twin of Airs, which is inverted, but again, this card speaks about a person's personality, an archetypal situation. It also is the sign of Gemini, if you can see on the beautiful twins' arms there. Okay. So the archetype, it denotes a person who is unwillingly curious and at times an adventurer who likes to learn through experience. The card may also indicate a person who is indecisive and cannot come to a concrete decision about anything and is going in circles. A situation it represents where a simple task of curiosity may lead to and feed your wonderful knowledge. Avoid being too indecisive and learn to make a final decision and once. Being indecisive will only lead to confusion and mental blockages, so be careful that you don't do that. The next card is the Nymph of Earth, again, as I said with the previous three, archetype and situations. And the Nymph of Earth denotes a person who is stable, secure, reliable, and has a trustworthy demeanor. A persona and attitude are concrete and they pave the way for everyone, like those walking down a path in the park. The Nymph of Earth may also be a person who is very stubborn and somewhat unreliable. They are hard-headed and they'll do things when they feel like it and not before. With a situation, it talks about where you want to start looking for reliable things in life, such as people and career. Learn to be patient and steady in these advances. Nothing is more rewarding than to feel like a touchstone. Avoid people and situations that will only limit or slow you down from getting to where you want to be. And the final card for group 3 is none other than the Six of Fires. It is, of course, inverted. So when we are talking about the Six of Fires inverted, we are talking about, it implies being afraid and feeling unmotivated regarding a victory. Due to lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem, if you don't play it smart, you may be the victim of someone else's deceit here. So keep that in the back pocket as to how others make you feel and how that can really do us under. The bottom of the deck, underlying energy for the reading number 11 was the equilibrium. It is inverted. This card says that people around you are not being fair to you or to others. You may also find that you are not being fair to them as well, or even to yourself. You or someone else is giving in to favoritism, favoring those with material gain and those in power rather than those who have compassion to offer to you at this time. So looking at things in a different perspective here. Being more thankful for those that are there to accompany rather than those who could bring in gains due to things that they have that you may desire. So thank you so much, group 3. We now move to the final grouping, the lovely The Door. Okay, so let's see what's coming into the final grouping of the Pick a BIC round. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I wanted to do this for so long. I'm so glad I finally was able to find the right BICs for this reading. Okay, so let's see what's coming into the final grouping, group 4. The ones that picked The Door to who knows. We will find out. Okay, for group 4, The Door. Okay, the first card, we have card 2, the Priestess. And I do again apologise for all the banter in the background. Okay, then we had the 8 of Earth inverted as well as the 2 of Airs. I love that card. very Gemini energy, the Two of Airs. It is beautiful. Actually, well, all the airs, of course, is the air signs. Oh, we did have one come around as well. Number 3, the Empress inverted. I think the Empress has been around in all the readings today, whether upright or inverted. She has definitely had a presence. Oops, and I've made a mess as usual. We have number 11, the Equilibrium inverted. That was the underlying energy of the last reading. Beautiful cards. And the final card for this reading for group 4, the Door. We have the Nymph of Fire inverted and the underlying energy for the reading. We have, the Lovers. Now, that is a definite Geminian energy. The Lovers, card 6. Oh, this is going to be a very good one. So group 4 with the Door, I reckon you're leading into something, actually, the unknown or something. With that Two of Airs, that Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Feeling kind of love, man. So like I was saying, the first card is the Priestess, card 2 of the deck. Now, in a reading, this card advises that the answers to your questions are hidden from you and is now the right time for you to look for them. The more you look for hidden solutions, the more additional things you will uncover. What's hidden from you is not hard to find. It just requires patience, of course. With a wrong question comes a wrong answer, but with the right question, you receive the right answer. This card also indicates that your intuition is required. Spiritual guidance is before you. So trusting gut instinct is the vibe I really do get with that card. Really trust that when you get a feeling, follow it. It may just give you the answers or the road to the right door, if you know what I mean. And honestly, with picking that BIC, it really does make sense. The 8 of Earth inverted is next. This card implies underestimating your potential to become great at something. You've lost hope, ambition to improve your prospective skills. Contemplation and self-pity will not help you to use the skills that you possess. So really needing to hone in on your gifts and skills at this time to really bring something in or uncover something. Two of Air is next. Now, I love this card, because the Two of Airs is really talking about, a time where everything appears to be a bit complex. Everything appears to be a complex compromise. Sorry, tongue twisted. You may not realize this, but you are denying your true feelings for someone or something. The truth and facts are right in front of you, but you choose not to look at them. Your judgment is temporarily clouded and you can't see what's right or wrong about anything at this time. Try to pay attention to your heart, your intuition, and your mind, the logic, because both sides will bring useful guidance to you at this time to help uncover, unearth, or to see what is the truth of a matter, place, person, or thing. Then we look at the Empress inverted, card 4, is talking about, it's advising you that you have several creative ventures, but you're being too lazy to really create anything. People, situations, and you need nurturing, but you would rather nurture and cater for things that are irrelevant in life at the moment. So reassessing what's important and putting effort, putting stock into that. Equilibrium inverted is next, card 11. And this says that people around you are not being fair to you or others. You may also find that you are not being fair to others or even yourself. You or someone else is giving into favoritism and favoring those with material gains and those in power rather than those who have compassion to offer to you at this time. So side with people that have compassion, not necessarily those with monetary needs and or gains for you. The Nymph of Fire inverted is next, and this talks about either a personality type or an archetypal situation. The Nymph of Fire denotes a person who is radiant, feisty, spunky, and has a spark for life. Their persona and attitude burns anything and everything like a wildfire, igniting it with strife and energy. The Nymph of Fire may also be a person who lets people down. They have the capacity to extinguish your inspirations as well to inspire them. The Nymph of Fire also represents a situation where you may want to live your life and memories as if they were your last. Take a risk without the fear that this life is one and that is precious. It's better to have tried it than to not have tried at all, but avoid people and situations that bring your self-esteem down or who doubt or disallow your ability to achieve and to oversee problems hindering you. Sorry about that. Now, the underlying energy for the reading, card 6, it is none other than the Lovers upright. This card represents having a strong and a developed passion for something that you find very interesting, be it a person or a thing like a hobby. The best advice you can take or strategize you can heed is to follow your heart. You have to unite with something or someone you can love. By love, remember that you can love on all levels and degrees. This card can also signify that you have come to a point where you will have to make that final decision. To do, to cut, to wonder. Thank you for joining me on the Pick a BIC. Bye, y'all.